Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. Couple of Eldar players. First up is Umpfelgrumpf as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Nightmare as a Farseer support hero fighting in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control. Looks like the same Han elite scheme here. And alongside them, Perceptor as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins. With a refractor shield can execute his own soldiers to inspire them. Gonna go and smack, there we go. This is one of the Mekboys on the red team, SchmusCriminal. Teleports away there. And Miggs. These are teleporting heroes that fight in ranged combat. Bunch of orky gadgets, giving them lots of versatility in support and disruption on all sorts of things. And rounded off the team here, Dolphin as a force commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat because of tank, disrupt and support. Got some blood angels. Kicking off towards the north. This is the Lord Commissar, strolling all the way through to the natural power of the red team. Force commander's gonna have a go at him. Shield is gonna go down, there it is. Warlock comes to help out. Needs to throw a good destructor, maybe on these Orks. Oh, throws it on the tactical marines. It's a good hit, but it may have been better on those Orks there. Now gets into the Ork backlines of those shooter boys. Guardians having to flee. The Lord Commissar got away alright. Sentinel can now help poke things and has the ground pound. Warlock still giving chase. And there's a war banner up there. Mekboy teleports forward to harass the Sentinel. Howling Banshees now having a go. They are being chased by the Force Commander though. And there's a bunch of bolter fire as well. Banshees are out. Warlock still harassing the Orks. Needs to be careful not to overextend here. Or that may be too much. I think there's enough Daka to finish him off. Yeah, down he goes. Maybe he can get revived from there. Now the Space Marines coming in with shotgun blasting scouts and the Force Commander. In amongst the Guardsmen. Poor Guardsmen. Having to fight a Force Commander. Down to the south. The Farseer of Nightmare through onto this contest. Oh, this is natural power. Natural power of the red team being hit. Orks coming across to help. 2 Ork plagues actually. Tons of Daka. Are there sluggers on retreat path? There are. So there's a big old retreat. Howling Banshee still in play. There's Guide to help them bash. Guide is the starting ability of the Farseer. 30% more damage and range. Often thrown onto Banshees because they do a lot of damage already. They should be okay here. Sluggers on retreat path. Can't get it done. And that was a good push in the end by Nightmare. Bashed the node and was able to get away. Did they finish bashing the node? I think so. I think it's been rebuilt and damaged again over there. Lord Commissar. Able to revive? Oh, yes. The Warlock runs off. They were revived by Perceptor here. Got a big chunk of XP for it. Now chasing down the Mekboy. Sluggers in turn giving chase. Popping their War. Also in range of the War banner, which gives you a buff when you're near it. You can also activate it for a longer lasting slight buff. But there's a bunch of Eldar Pew Pew. These guys have their battle equipment too for grenades and things, so those sluggers need to be careful trying to close in for melee. Contested power here in the south is blue and being noded. That can make a big difference if you can hold it through the game. Oh, big retreat there. Why did they all retreat? Oh, because of the Shuriken, I suppose. And they're on the power again. Not much the sluggers can do about it, especially with the Shuriken in play. Mekboy can teleport in and tie it up in melee, maybe. They have their big shooter. Almost 38 piercing DPS on this thing. It's a lot of Daka. Back towards the mid, though. Assault squad on the field now for Dolphin. Seeing off the Lord Commissar, who has Carapace armor. Bunch more health and health regen. And the Inspire Courage buffs the Lord Commissar now. 50% increased damage, break suppression. Good stuff. Just that big chunky health and health regen increase is really useful. The Warlock is back in. Looking for a good destructor spot, maybe. There it is on the tax. It was a good hit. Can they get a model off them here, these Guardsmen now? They can. Lasgun's getting it done. Assault squad, oh, jumping back onto the Banshees. Umpfelgrumpf pressing the power while those guys were distracted there. I was distracted too. Aspect of fleetness on these ladies. What was that, a grenade? Oh, I think that was a scout trying to grenade those banshees. Shuriken getting some good work in. Power Sword Force Commander. Can be very powerful in a 3v3 because of the battle cry affecting potentially 3 armies. And they can get the 45% damage buff with the improved 15% per swing. Get 3 specials, you got a 45% buff. Combine that with Sacred Standard. And it's a lot of damage buff support stuff going on. Warlock runs away. Should be fine. Perceptor just taking Daka. Assault squad jumping in. Gonna need to be stomped, I think. Maybe. Here it is. It's a good stomp. Can the Shuriken reposition? Shuriken's facing a strange direction. It's gonna go down, I think, to ranged fire. Oh, maybe not. Makes it out with 9 hit points. Makes it out. Bunch of Orks piling in now. Guardsman in a bad spot. Can we see some grenades, maybe? There's one. Hit a couple of those sluggers. Can the Sentinel make it out? The Sentinel does. Needs to keep moving, though, I feel like. It's stopping here. Another grenade. Oh, that was a juicy one. Wipes out the shooters. Killed a Marine. Beautiful grenade there. I thought they messed up by not using the grenades earlier when it was a bit messy, but they got a really good one in the end. The Sentinel survives. The Shuriken survived. Mekboy now has a death gun. Meanwhile, this is southeast. And power's being bashed again. Nightmare. The combination of the Banshees and the Shuriken made it easy for them to get through this side. Because Miggs just haven't had enough on the field to deal with both of those things. They've gone for the quick tier 2. And it's stick bombers on the way. Stick bombers chuck stick bombs, so they're kind of an artillery unit, but they are actually quite good in melee. So maybe they can stand up to the Banshees, or at least help the sluggers stand up to them. I'm sure the sluggers will get their knob leader as well and be a threat in their own right. There's Guide on the Shuriken. Massive firing arc now. Guardians using their fleet to reposition. And that is a big foot of Gork. Oh, it seemed to hit over here. That was weird. Terrain being weird with the foot of Gork. Double the stick bombers for Miggs. SchmusCriminal also getting stick bombers. Nightmare with double shurikens, actually. Being tied up by the Mekboy. Autark dropped in, though. Sub-commander for Eldar. They can drop in on the map with those stunning grenades. Excuse me. She starts as a melee unit. Has this constant aura buff around her. Very quick on her feet too. Can jump around and even slightly heal things. Very cool to see her out. Often dies before tier 3, but we'll see how it goes. Sentinel with missiles. Those are frag missiles, anti-infantry. Can switch to crack missiles. Force commander getting in there. Lost the indicator. There's loads of stick bombs coming in. Those guardsmen getting quite low. Here comes the Warlock. No Merciless to combat the Assault Marines. Maybe we'll see the Witchblade of Kernus. Where are the Banshees? Banshees back at base. Oh, it's a Manticore from Perceptor. Back towards the south. That's a lot of Orks. Weird Boy gets a shot, setting up all the stick bomb throws. Needs to be very careful here. Nightmare. Farseer is now getting the Spirit Stones. Helps to heal off some of the damage from the stick bombs and stuff, I suppose. And help out the Banshees too. But that side is going to get pushed by a whole bunch of Orks. Double Wraithguard for Umpfelgrumpf. 500 to 278. Blue team have not lost the VP off their counter yet. Lord Commissar may fall. Does fall. Has his Xenos Power Claw in though. Sentinel getting way too close with way too few hit points and goes down. Got a decap on that, but obviously wasn't worth losing the Sentinel for. Librarian is up for Dolphin. Shuriken gets jumped. There is a multi-laser turret here. Oh, weird. The Manticore Strike, sometimes, or maybe always, when Manticore Strikes hit water, you can't see them for some reason, which is why I often avoided using water on my maps, because Manticore Strikes just don't show up on them a lot of the time. Or maybe it's just all the time. It's very weird. Ouch. That was a lot of friendly fire on that plasma cannon shot. Librarian getting stuck into the Wraith Guard. These Wraith Guard with their Wraith cannons. Not the longest range, but they pack a real punch, do area of effect damage and suppress infantry, and will damage all targets. There it is. These guys themselves can't be suppressed either. Stun bombs. Good hits. Warlock needs to get in and tie up the plasma cannon, surely. Now has the Witchblade of Kurnus. Gives him that grenade decorator you see, and then there's the Ethereal Slash. Can perform it while he's on his back on the floor, apparently, in some water. Cloak of Shadows is also up. Will help the Wraith Guard close the distance. Back towards the south. Guardians chucking grenades. Didn't quite work out. Oh, what's a couple of fellas got hit, I think. One fella died. Can they get onto this power? I don't think it's been touched yet. Down here, I'm not sure though. Some tier 3s, Nightmare and Miggs both going tier 3. Back towards the northeast. Power, natural power here was completely bashed by Wraith Guard, I imagine. And some... Oh hey, we have some guardsmen with plasma guns now. Lord Commissar back to his feet, runs away. Warlock also running, may have revived him I suppose and then ran. Tier 3 for Perceptor. All they have are double guardsmen and a Manticore though, so Umpfelgrumpf is going to need to pick up the slack in the mid before Perceptor can get some tier 3 stuff going. And they need to be careful with this Manticore too. Close enough for the heavy bolter to fire is usually a bad sign. Usually you don't want your Manticore that close to anything. Level 2 Force Commander. Still a level 1 Librarian. They're on the power. Plasma Cannon moves all the way up rather than covering the central VP there. Nob Squad on the way for Miggs. Nightmare could respond with the Gravity Blade maybe. Some Seer Council of their own would be amazing too. Gravity Blade and Seer Council may be enough to deal with the Nob Squad, although they do have Mekboy support who could potentially support them a lot with super tough beam and stuff. Spiritual Rights heal. There's a Foot of Gork trying to time it for this. Timed it well, but the Autark did jump in and heal them. I wonder if that saved them. Executioner on the Autark for a 65 DPS power melee weapon, also almost 65 DPS anyway. Banshee should not be capping over here. I feel like they've been forgotten by Nightmare and they're gonna die. Very unfortunate. There's a retreat. Sluggers are on retreat path. Oh no, they retreated. And they do get got. The stick bombers got it done in melee. 475 to 233. Blue team kind of reeling actually. Nightmare with just double guardians and an Autark. No shurikens, no banshees to help with the Nob Squad. Because the Nob Squad is out. They have their huge hammers already. Getting meaner and greener now. And their power's being bashed, Nightmare. Lord Commissar, oh, just killed a Mekboy. Xeno's power clawed him to death. Level 4. Trying to target the Assault Marines. Wraith Guard do friendly fire, so you need to be very careful. Banshee's taking hits. And now they flee. Power bashed a bit more over there. Assault Squad in amongst the Wraith Guard. The Assault Squad are really low, but there's some sluggers tossed into combat by the Weird Boy with his bigger brains. Warlock, I think, is going to be alright. Oh, maybe not. Being chased, being burned, 1 hit point and does go down. Shuriken wasn't quite close enough to save him there. But now they run. Scout trying to steal that northern power. This power completely bashed, yes, and maybe even decapped by Miggs. A good stun bomb throw again. Farseer is indeed getting the gravity blade. Our Autarch taken out by the Nob Squad. Avatar of Cain on the way for Nightmare. Got a lot of work to do, the Avatar. And the Stormlord coming in for Perceptor. Commandos hit the field for SchmusCriminal. You got your staff, fella? Yeah, Librarian's got his fancy staff. Then runs away. Killed a bunch of Guardians. Red team taking the mid. Down to 162 VPs though. Here's the Avatar then. Super unit for Eldar. Very powerful in combat. Big chunk of hit points. And provides a constant area of effect aura buff. Giving suppression immunity among other things. I think he buffs damage and damage resistance as well. To all allied infantry around him. Waiting Doom. It's well timed. Oh no, it didn't seem to go all the way across the edge. Those guys didn't even get hit by it. Only the Farseer got hit. Gravity Blade is in. That will help control the Nob Squad. So will the Avatar. Red team have some full rosters. Miggs calling out the Avatar. There's your commandos. These guys have a lot of stuff they can chuck and throw and do. Burner bombs, smoke bombs. Can infiltrate, can cap quickly. Lots of Daka disruption. Warlock is going to get revived. That's handy. Chunk of XP for the Lord Commissar too. Level 3 Warlock. Bunker is dropped in. Going to be a repair bunker, I imagine, for the Stormlord that's moving up. Manticore striking. Commando get their Nob Leader, which means rocket launcher. Now there's another thing they can do. Orks backing off here, really. They're wary of the Avatar, I suppose. Double commandos with rocket launchers now. 2v1 against Nightmare, so they're trying to be cautious, and they have a Seer Council on the field. That's going to make a massive difference. Because that's another aura over there. And they'll be buffed by the Avatar. Wraithguard getting destroyed. Oh, maybe not. They were trying to heal with Wraithbone. I think they made it out. Ethereal Slash may have saved them there. 404 to 162 on the VPs. Some Death Gun Daka from the Mekboy. Plasma Cannon, now they may be friendly fire. I think it was okay. I think they wiped the Guardians, and I don't think they lost the Marine. The Lord Commissar now has Emperor's Wrath. Oh, is that what I saw over there? Stormlord shows up. An anti-infantry super heavy tank with a Vulcan Mega Bolter. Can also reinforce and transport infantry around, but now it's getting rocked. The Ork Global Nuke comes in. Double commandos there as well. Took a lot of damage very quickly. Big plasma cannon hit. I wonder if... Can you see... Because you can't see buff circles that well when stuff is in the water. So maybe that thing had 40 Emperor on it, because that seemed to do a whole lot of damage, that plasma cannon hit. Looted tank is in now for Miggs. Mekboys are a repairing commander. Ouch. Big shot on the Farseer. Where's the Seer Council at? They're back at base. They already have their empowered singing spears. And I don't think they should have got them. I think they should have stuck with power melee for bonus damage for the Nob Squad. I suppose now they can help go after the Land Raider. So it doesn't do anything else, does it? It's just heavy melee, the same DPS, I believe. So it's better to stick with power melee if you're fighting infantry. Because you get bonuses versus heavy and super heavy. 383 to 134, 2-to-1 cap for blue team. They have recovered from their little lull. Another Seer Council, this time for Umpfelgrumpf. These guys don't have their fancy empowered spears yet. Beamy Death Gun. And another Beamy Death Gun on the way. They want that Stormlord down. Vanguard veterans in play too. Oh, Emperor's Wrath. And a Manticore Strike with Time Field as well. And we have Runes of Reaping for the Farseer. Lower cooldown on spells and more energy regeneration. Wraithguard runs away. Warlock gets shot to death. Land Raider Redeemer doing some work. There's a rocket run back there. Seemed like a strange place for it. They almost destroyed the tank though. Orbital bombardment thrown in while the Land Raider pushes. The Land Raider does have a multi-melter on top. Getting some good hits on the Stormlord. It's showing rear armor to those Orks as well. It's having some trouble maneuvering here. Over there, throwing the commandos in. I think the Stormlord is done for. Here comes a Wailing Doom. Down goes the Stormlord. Wailing Doom gets a decent hit. But that was a good push from the red team. Terminator Force Commander now for Dolphin. Gets himself a Teleporter Pack, a Power Fist, and a Stormbolter. 381 to 118. The red team have taken back the mid. Perceptor with a Lehman Russ. Most likely with Vanquisher Cannon to take on the Land Raider. Nob Squad. Oh, they popped Frenzy. I don't know why. Maybe the Guardians were having a go at them. Big old armies for the red team, eh? We still have 2 Seer Councils and an Avatar. The double Wraith Guard could be huge amounts of work here too. Need to protect them a bit better. They seem to get too close to things. They get caught in melee from what I've seen. Is that a weird ridge in the terrain there? Oh, it is. Commandos with their power bashing stick bombs. They can weather that. Wraithguard are relatively tough. Almost 3,000 hit points to level 2 actually. Oh hey, a D-cannon from Nightmare. It's not moving though. There we go. Weird Boy on the way for Miggs to support his Nob Squad perhaps. Power bashing Seer Council. Good way to get them XP I suppose. And with heavy melee spears they should be incredibly good at power bashing. Yeah. Not bad at all. Stun bombs. Stunned a few of them, but the power still goes down. Nob Squad on retreat path. But the Seer Council will be fine. Red team poking through the mid a bit. Is that Faltru's wing? It is. With Enhance. Not something you actually see all that often. Seems pretty good though. Is it +2 speed? Yeah, +2 speed and 25% more damage. Pretty good for anything. Assault Cannon Terminator. Assault Force Commander Filler runs away. Librarian deep in enemy territory runs away. Lord Commissar needs to be careful. Tearing through some Vanguard veterans though. So the red team can retreat back to the Land Raider and reinforce of it. Not to mention some health regen. It's so good at providing infield support in a team game. There's a D-cannon doing D-cannon things. So happy to see that big firing effect back. Double D-cannons for Nightmare now. And it is a Vanquisher. Foot of Gork. Double Foot of Gork. Can they wipe the D-cannon here? No. They do have a Bright Lance as well. The anti-vehicle upgrade for a Guardian weapon team. It looks like it's not set up though. Displaced. Almost wiped. Need to be careful here. Umpfelgrumpf. There we go. Oh, we have a medical bunker back here. Some health regen. These guys can reinforce off it as well. Wraithguard getting some volleys off. What's this? Banshees in the back. And then they run. Seer Council trying to get around to the VP as well. They are trying some Eldar shenanigans. These guys able to fully decap this power. Are they going to die though? Because double stick bombers will kill them quite fast in melee. Time field. Is that an Eldritch? It is an Eldritch. Can they get the Land Raider down here? Cult of Speed just came in to help it move faster, but down it goes. Blue team get the Land Raider. I'm not sure why it pushed up like that. I wasn't expecting to see it move forward. Maybe it was dodging something else. 249 to 118. Blue team can retake the central VP perhaps. Wraith Guard starting to do some real work now. They're trying to target them. Oh, they're going to wipe? Yes, one squad wiped. Spirit Seer died, which stuns the others. And Mekboy teleports in for some Mega Rumbler. As soon as I call out the Wraith Guard doing well, one of them dies. Oh, and there's the custom force field bouncing off melee units there. Leman Russ in an awkward spot. Good use of time field enhance on the Seer Council there. Nicely timed warp vomit from one of the weird boys. Yeah, they need to run from the Nob squad. Down goes the looted tank. I'm not even sure what did that. It's all kicking off. Rocks. Can they get rid of one of these setup teams? I think the Terminator Force Commander fell over, yeah. D-Cannon does not care about your rocks, just casually hanging out. Needs to care about the Nob squad, though. Those are big hits. Down goes the D-Cannon. That was crazy. I thought they were going to get away. It's a level 3 Nob squad, so they are packing a hell of a punch, especially when they get these momentum rings up from the hammers. Is it 8? I think it's 8% per, isn't it? Yeah, that's crazy, because I think they can get 4 rings. At least 3. If it's only 3, then it's 24% damage increase. I think they can get 4, though. And now they run. Warlock can help a lot because of the Ethereal Slash to disrupt those guys. Level 6 Lord Commissar making his way back to the mid. Farseer is down. Maybe he can get revived from there, though. Terminator Force Commander back to his feet as well. Librarian's level 3. Up over 1,200 hit points. Not bad, eh? 223 to 118. Doesn't look like anyone's making a huge effort to try and get onto the natural VPs. It can be tough on this map. Stick bombs. It's a lot of stick bombs. Almost wiped those guardsmen. And a force barrier thrown in for good measure. Terminator Force Commander now power fisting things. Time field thrown in. Sluggers looking for a fight. Lord Commissar goes for the cap. Shield up. Avatar taking hits. Are you going to fight these sluggers there, buddy? Nope, maybe. Oh, the Seer Council comes in. And another Seer Council comes in. Those guys still without their heavy melee upgrade. And I mean, yeah, red team don't have a vehicle anymore, so makes sense. It's not a cheap upgrade either. There's enhance on them. And what is that, fortune? No, I don't know what that blue glow is. Unless it's just their own... Just their own aura. Yeah, it's way more pronounced than I remember it being. Maybe because it's stacking with the other Seer Council. They're still going. Okay, now they retreat. They're level 2, those fellas. What about the other Seer Council? Able to back off using their fleet, and they are still level 1. Avatar's in a bad spot all of a sudden. Throws out the Wrath of Cain to try and escape the scary Nob squads. And there's a time field to help out too. Well played. Nightmare also has a Doombringer to cast some Doom. 207 to 99. Fire Prism in play now for Nightmare. Another Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Dolphin. Umpfelgrumpf down to 3 units. They could get their own Avatar pretty soon. Orbital. Bad news for those guardsmen. And 1 Seer Council model's in there too, I think. Is that some wiped orcs? Was those stick bombers or something? Who can cap the mid? It looks like it's red team. It looks like it's a Mekboy. It's SchmusCriminal. Fire Prism being used quite well so far at maximum range. Can help disrupt the Nob squad. Here comes some stun bombs, and they do stun vehicles. I think it's like 1.5 seconds per bomb or something. That's a really nicely done grenade. Really well done grenade. That helped the fire prism a lot because it would have taken some swings from those guys, and with the swings you just saw, that might have destroyed the fire prism. See a council getting in there, and the Nob squads don't want to fight him. A Rocks and a Manticore on the VP as well. Big old Rocks destroys the bunker. Wraithguard caught in melee, but there's some friendly fire from the Weird Boy, of course there is. Lord Commissar's fallen over. Oh, so is the Warlock, of course. Warlock much harder to get back though. 189 to 90. Kassakin hitting the field. An Avatar is on the way for Umpfelgrumpf. And there's the second Land Raider. Terminator Force Commander makes it out. Have a flash kits. Using their snaz guns. Red team have the 2-to-1. I don't see any attempt at webways back here. It may work because... yeah, there's no shooter boys on the field to spot them. These guys do have a sergeant, but they're all on the other side of the map, so some hidden webways could do some decent work over there. Of course, you need to get vision first. Double avatars now. Double avatars, double Seer Council. And all their heroes are up the blue team again. Level 8 Lord Commissar, level 6 Warlock, level 6 Farseer. 155 to 90. Wraithguard, ouch, eating a plasma cannon shot. Scouts gaining some vision with their infiltration there. And again getting hit. Can get some healing off the bunker. But not a huge amount. See a council going for a decap, apparently. There's a time field. And a Manticore strike, and it's all kicking off. Double Nob squad coming in. Oh, they found a tank. Fire Prism knocks them over. And again, Avatar goes after them. Now they're getting some Seer Council support. They are. Seer Council coming in with more disruption and more damage. Nob squad got wrecked there. Gets them both off the field. Land Raider is being repaired. Pulse of speed global active from one of the Mekboys as well to boost the speed. Vanguard veterans wiping. I think the Ethereal Slash finished them off there. Mega Rumbler means that nothing can cap. Avatar needs to back off. A messy fight, a very fun fight. Here comes another D-cannon, this time from Umpfelgrumpf. And it's double fire prisms in play from Nightmare. Might be difficult for them to cap pay because of the Manticore. Double fire prisms. The avatars can disrupt. Eldritch did not use the Eldritch on the Land Raider, eh? It's a weird place to put it, I think, actually. Because look at that big blob of stuff on the Land Raider. Lord Commissar goes for the cap. Level 9 Perceptor. And gets it. 128 to 89. Farseer runs away. Level 7. Lots of DPS on the Lord Commissar. Don't die there, buddy. Runs off. Looks like he's going to be alright. Avatar, yeah, I think it's worth the Avatar getting back to base. You need that percentage-based healing on that guy. He's got over 5,000 hit points to heal. Okay. Nightmare is basically pop capped. Can't really get much for 10 pop. Maybe he could throw some webways down. That's a singularity. And a Manticore. Tactical Marines, level 4, surviving it though somehow. 128 to 62. A couple of commandos having a go at the fire prisms. Almost got it actually. Foot of Gorp. That's for the D cannon. It's gonna be fine, but had to retreat. Kassakin, and they've got their grenade launchers in for disruptive shots. They are a fast capping unit as well. Can they hold on? Seer Council also trying to help them out with the capping. Kashyyykin have to run. Seer Council have to run. Speaking of Seer Council, they're fighting a mega rumbling Mekboy. Managed to rumble in time to save himself. Land Raider's pushed up here. And only has half hit points. Emperor's Wrath. Big chunk of damage to the Force Commander. Doesn't even get knocked over though, just tanks it. Can he get the cap? Does get the cap. And survives. Oh, doesn't survive. The shot kind of teleported and followed him. Now the Lord Commissar goes in to try and get a decap. At least some Orks rotating around the side. What is this? It's some sluggers doing some forward capping. Land Raider's very low. I don't know what it's doing there. It needs to get the hell back, surely. Wailing Doom. Now we can't see through the water there. Double Knob Squad on the Avatar. Wrath of Cain. I don't think I've seen Doom used on anything. I'm sure it has been. Many, many times. Avatar doesn't want to fight the Knob Squad. Doesn't want to fight two of them, certainly. Oh, makes them retreat. Makes one of them retreat. Oh no, that was the stick bombers retreating. The Avatar of Umpfelgrumpf is infiltrated by Cloak of Shadows. And maybe makes it away. Assault Terminator is coming in though. And they get the Avatar. 87 to 62. Looks like it's maybe swinging towards the red team now. Storm Blade on the way to the front lines. We'll see what it can do. Oh wow, lots of damage on those Assault Terminators already. There's Doom. I saw it. And that's a Singularity. Ooh, with Doom active too, and the Seer Council can get on them. Kills a model. That was Emperor's Wrath thrown back there, was it? There is a Lord Commissar. No, it wasn't. He's all the way back there. I don't know what that was. Unless it was a Manticore Strike or something. Oh, now we have Lightning Claws on the Terminator Assault Squad. Only one of them survives. They can get back to the Land Raider. They can reinforce. 54 to 62. So very close on the VPs. Battle Wagon coming up for Miggs. Where is the Stormblade? There it is. I think he needs to push it up so he can get some shots in, surely. Oh, Baneblade was blocked, he said. Speaking of the Stormblade. Yeah, it can't drive through the wreck points and stuff. Down to 34 VPs. The blue team Kashyyykin can go for the decap. Plasma Cannon may say no though. Oh, the Mekboy came in and said no. With the force field. Eldritch. Didn't seem to hit very much. Emperor's Wrath, they're trying to just get rid of the Plasma Cannon so they can cap. Here comes a Battle Wagon. Just doing what it does, disgorging some Knob Squads. Big Stormblade hits now. Battle Wagon falls so very quickly. And a Time Field. Oh no, is the Time Field hitting the... I think the Time Field is stopping the Stormblade from firing. Ethereal Slash. Warlock gets the cap somehow. That is a heroic cap there from the Warlock. And then pops Providence. Another big Stormblade hit. Assault Terminators with claws, a massive threat to the Avatar, chasing him off. Meanwhile, Seer Council decap this VP, doubled now for blue team. Lob capping are the stick bombers. Can that Seer Council fella make it out? Level 3 Seer Council. Oh, they're still going. There's two more here. Over 3,000 hit points. Doesn't want to lose them. I think they get 3,800 when they get to level 4, which is kind of nuts. Over there. Not sure why they were flung over there. It's just flash kits. They can't threaten these vehicles very much. Just to create some space, maybe. 1-to-1 cap now. Stormblade doing some work, eh? That was the plasma overcharge shot. Disables the Stormblade's weapons for a few seconds. Mekboy trying to mega rumbler things. Mega rumbler into a foot of Gork. Rocket run on the VP is so close, 18 to 11. Need to focus on that VP now, fellas. Stormblade is not pointing at the VP. Those assault terminators are very, very low. Just desperation now from Dolphin to try and have them do something. There's Emperor's Wrath again. Both the Terminators wipe. Both the Terminator models, I mean. There's a Rocks. Force Commander Terminator, I think, died as well. Yep. Rocks getting some good damage in. But the two vehicles just attempting to tough it out. I mean, they have to stay here and do stuff and shoot things. Wraithguard still doing work. What is the Farseer up to? Just shooting her lightning hands, I guess. She can throw guide on the Wraithguard, maybe. See a Council coming in, level 3. Wailing Doom. We'll stop the cap. There we go. Oh, hey, it's another battle wagon. Land Raider Redeemer is still incredibly low on health. There's nothing, there's no repair. The Mekboys could repair it, but they're busy doing stuff, I guess, trying to cap and things. Blue team are going to get the mid. They've lost their natural, though. What is this? An Eldritch on there as a Knob Squad, that's why. Had to do something to stop it, and the Farseer is back on the cap. Meanwhile, Central VP. There's a Orbital. Big hit on the Wraithguard. I think they survive it. They were in retreat, and they had the levels. 2 avatars in the mid. Big Stormblade shot again. That was an overcharge. Yeah, because commandos are fast capping, so you need to stop those guys quickly. What are we seeing now? 2-1 for blue. Can they hold on? I think maybe they've done enough. Blue team holding on for victory. There it is. What a game. And what was this? Oh, look at this. Lord Commissar snuck through for a double cap at the end. Got decap. Well done, Perceptor. Level 10 Lord Commissar. Level 10 Warlock. Level 10 Farseer. The blue team heroes were superb. Force Commander Terminator is down at the end. Level 6 mech and a level 6 mech. What a game. Good old Typhon Maya. The Stormblade had a really good match, I think. Sometimes we see this thing come out and it doesn't seem to do that much, but this is the perfect spot for it, I suppose. Double avatars in there. Oh, they did get the Land Raider at the end. And the other battle wagon fell. Well, there you have it. Bloody hell. I'm sure I missed half the cool stuff that happened. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this game. And I'll see you next time.